Hello everyone, this is Babamots. Welcome to another Homeworlds game commentary. Um, Before I forget, I'm going to put a link in the video description that is connected to a Google form where you can submit games that you think would be interesting for me to do some commentary on. By having a form, by filling out the form, you can suggest games anonymously. One of the problems with having people suggest games to me is that I usually expect the person who submitted the game to be the winner of the game. That seems to be the way things go. I'm more proud of the games that I win than the games that I lose, as a rule. Anyway, let's go into this. I haven't casted a game of my own in a while. I've had this one bookmarked for a long time, at least since January, I guess. And this is a game I went first. This is with Roundabout. So let's see. I take a yellow Goldilocks. That's unusual for me. I usually take a red star. I guess I was feeling experimental. Roundabout takes a yellow banker. I trade into the yellow right away, so does Roundabout. I build the first medium. Roundabout takes the next. I spread out so I can keep building yellow. Roundabout does two. I like moving the small ship forward rather than the medium. So that, say, if Roundabout builds another yellow at home, I can sacrifice the Y2 to get my small yellow to their home. Roundabout can't reach my home with anything right now. So I switch to building green. I think... No, I take it back. Oh, yes, I take it back realizing that since Roundabout can't reach my home, it's safe to build a third yellow there. And while they can overpopulate my ships in Altair this way, I lose ultimately a small ship, and they lose a medium. I just need to trade back into green at my home, and I'm up very slightly in material. Yeah, there's no other good move for Roundabout there. Okay, so Roundabout gets the initiative, sort of. But I'm up a medium ship over small. Trading for red. Building green. Trading for blue. Roundabout takes blue again. And there's nothing wrong with that I'm aware of. I also get blue. Both spread out. Roundabout will build a large blue, I'm sure. Oh no. Sacrificing to send a blue at me. No, that was not a good... That would not have been a good idea. Had they sent that blue into my colony, I would have built again to overpopulate. They would have lost their medium ship, and I would be up 2 medium ships instead of just 1. And they would have lost their little yellow that they sacrificed to get there as well. Alright. I build blue again. They trade blue 3 for Y3. Giving them space to build blue again if they feel like it. I do the same. They're thinking about building a little green. I really think they should be building the B3. I build the B3. Roundabout can too. I guess that's quite alright. They're thinking about spreading out their greens instead. No, the build is definitely the right call here. Okay, I trade B3 for R3. Roundabout does as well. I'll probably build blue again because why not? Boy, this is quite the armament situation, isn't it? we're both taking full advantage of the smaller blues being gone. Let's see, I'm looking at pushing my blue toward roundabout, threatening to capture stuff if they don't capture my blue, and if they do capture my blue, I move in the little blue, destroying. We both lose a large, but they lose a medium compared to my small, so that's probably a little bit better for me. I think that's probably what I had in mind here. Now, they don't want to counter invade, because if they do, I sacrifice R3, and I take their invading blue and their larges in the colony, so this is no good. Yeah, they really have to capture. That's a invading with a large like that is a technique I usually expect to see more in a homeworld invasion situation, but in this case the colonies had gotten so big that it was worth doing it here. Okay, so I overpopulate, and now I'm up by a medium more than I was a moment ago. And I've shut down the blue back and forth. But we're moving the blues forward, preparing to build a bunch more if we feel like it. Roundabout, moving their red instead. Not sure I see a very definite point to that. That red is kind of stranded. Alright, I build more green. Yeah, roundabout was ahead in green until a moment ago. Yeah, they spread out, I spread out. And by going to a yellow star, it's very cheap for me to move that green into the castor colony, if I feel like it. Alright, so roundabout invades my colony, where my ship can run away, and their ships can't run away so easily if I decide to counter-invade, but they do have a turn to reinforce if they feel like it, or to just keep on chasing me. Sacrifice and build red. Alright, roundabout now also builds red. Bet I build red at home. Yep. Roundabout could build red at home. Yeah, it wouldn't have hurt them too much to build that medium red at home. If I built the large red in Deneb, they could destroy 2 of my larges by sacrificing just their 1 large yellow. That would have been alright for them. But they decide to build green instead. Let's see. Oh, I'm sacrificing yellow 2. Oh, I bet I'm overpopulating their reds in Electra. Yeah, okay. I feel a little funny whenever I see the piece glitch out in the middle of the screen. I kind of know why it's doing that, and I also know the ad hoc solution I came up with to make sure that it didn't stay there. Okay, roundabout now. Building green. Yeah. That puts a lot of green in their colony, but I don't have any green to do anything about it. I've only got 1 ship at home now. Probably feeling a little nervous about that. Yeah, and especially with mediums having just been opened up, I bet I should build a green. I'm getting close to a bluebird situation, but roundabout doesn't have any green quite close enough to achieve that one turn, that instant kill. Roundabout spreading out the greens. I do have a factory now. Roundabout just split up their factory. Okay, I'm invading the colony. And they could build another green and just Send this whole thing supernova. They're thinking about it. Do they commit? No. Sacrifice the G3. It's not a... Well... I was going to say it's not a terrible idea. They could sacrifice G3, build G2 for the overpopulation, rebuild the G3 in Gemma, and then they've got one extra build action. But I could get a large ship into their home before they have a chance to reinforce after they've rebuilt their large elsewhere, so that's no good. Alright, sacrificing the Y3 to move everything into my colony. That's not quite right. So, actually, that's... Ooh, I didn't notice that. So, if instead of this B1, if they move in the G1, they'll destroy 2 of my larges and only have spent 1 large. Oh. Yeah, I don't like that too well either. No, they should send all those greens at me. Let's see if they see it. They do. Okay. Wow. Well, I don't know if I noticed that coming in the real game or not, but I didn't see it just now until they had sacrificed the Y3 and thinking about other plans. Okay, well, that's a pretty big reset. I think I'm still up in material a little bit with my 2 mediums compared to 3 smalls, but I'm down in diversity. I've only got 2 ship colors and Roundabout has all 4. So I trade for a red right away. Roundabout, oh, interesting. Moving their large into my colony. That's pretty safe since I don't have a way to get a large to their home anytime soon. And Roundabout does have a red. They can capture my blue. I may have to... That's making me wish I had sacrificed my blue to make this trade. Yeah, Roundabout commits. I think that's a good move. That's a very good move. I think I end up winning this game. Roundabout was quite a bit newer back in January. Roundabout is a force to be reckoned with now. I haven't played them recently, but I've seen them beating very strong players. Yeah, I sacrifice my B2 for nothing at all. Alright, Roundabout now. I would say Roundabout has the advantage at this point. Building green. I build green. Roundabout trades. Boy, what a great setup Roundabout's got. They just need to remember to get their large back to their home before I cause too much trouble. I build a red. Yeah, I like building red here. Roundabout doesn't have green at their home, so they can't build red. They might move their green back home so that they can build red. They'll want that large back home eventually, I'm sure. Okay, they go for yellow. Luckily, I still have a medium ship I can trade for yellow, even though Roundabout's cleaned out the smalls. Ooh, I don't like that very much. Roundabout getting even more aggressive. I guess it's not more aggressive exactly. This is just sort of stranding their large ship at a system where it can't do much. I don't care for that. Building blue, that's better. Yeah, I don't have any blue. Boy. I don't like my position here at all. I think Roundabout's doing really, really well. Okay, I spread out my yellow, so I can at least build more yellow if it comes to it. Roundabout sacrifices to build 2 yellows and blue. Or so they thought. Yeah, if they, well, no, they decided to just build the one medium blue. That does keep blue out of my hands nicely. Um, what do I do here? Do I just build yellow? Yeah, I just build yellow. Okay, a little spooky. Roundabout can build large yellow. I, though, now have enough yellow that I could reach Roundabout's home in one turn. Um, so their yellow star is in some danger. They're not exactly in danger of losing the game, since their large can reinforce even after I've invaded. Let's see what Roundabout thinks of. Okay, yeah, they reinforce their home immediately. I think that's a good call. I spread out my yellows. Roundabout can't take both of those large yellows, since they would lose their home star if they sacrificed the green to build both yellows. So I should get a large yellow out of this. Roundabout could trade one of their yellows to block the build, but they're just going to spread out so that they get to build a large as well. I sacrifice a G1 for the build. Oh, I wanted the build to happen closer to Roundabout's home, apparently. That kind of surprises me. Oh, and I wanted to have it in a blue system, I bet is what that's about. Okay, so Roundabout gets to build the other large yellow. Now what do I do? Do I trade for blue? Yeah. I want to make sure I'm not left out in the cold in the blue economy. Oh boy, Roundabout sacrifices Y3. Where's this going? They could send 2 yellows into my home. They'll get my star, but they'd have to sacrifice their G3 to do it. I'm trying to overpopulate my blues. That doesn't quite work. Yeah, I don't think they'll like that outcome very well. I mean, they could get it, but they'd need to sacrifice more, and I think even though Roundabout is ahead quite a bit in material, I think I would have been happier after all that than they would. Okay, spreading out the blues, preparing to build another, maybe. Threatening my yellow. Okay. You know, I don't mind that too much. I think I just build the yellow. And then they can capture if they want, but then I overpopulate. Yeah. So they capture my large yellow. Well, maybe. They're thinking about it. Thinking about sacrificing Y2. No, just bringing yellow. Just bringing the blue over. I wonder what they've got in mind there. Both of us, I'm a little surprised nobody has bothered to get a second red ship yet. Not having a red ship to spare means that it's really not safe for either one of us to sacrifice red. I'm actually moving my yellow away. Yeah, I think I at the time was thinking what I was just saying, that I can just spread out because Roundabout really cannot afford to sacrifice their only red ship here. Yeah, they think about it, and then I think they probably realized that no, if they do that, I move a large ship into their home, and I'm threatening to capture their only large home defender. I think at this point, Roundabout, rather than continuing to attack more positions, should build another red so that they can actually have a credible threat. Sacrificing yellow to move more yellow at me. That's interesting, but Roundabout doesn't have any more yellow they can bring. They'll have to sacrifice their G3 just to build last yellow for the overpopulation. I don't like that very much. Sacrificing Y3 to bring blues into my home. That's a little better. They can overpopulate my blue star with a Y2 sacrifice, and I've kind of got a problem where they can capture my R1 unless I move it away. So that's pretty annoying. But they end up deciding just to threaten a colony again. But it's not a good threat. Somebody needs to build more red. Oh my gosh. But I'm just doing the same thing. I'm threatening a colony with nothing I'm willing to. I can't actually capture anything because I won't sacrifice that red. It's possible that I am just moving more ships toward Roundabout's home in hopes of overpopulating their star. Okay, Roundabout sacrifices the B2 from the sort of threatened colony to trade both ships for green. Oh, that's cute. They can build their way to a supernova now. I will probably just move out. Yep, I do. So, but even that, that can look like I wasted my time, but really Roundabout lost a medium ship in that exchange, so I don't feel too bad. Somebody's going to have to build more red. One red is not enough. We're sacrificing blue to trade for blue over there. Okay, I invade the colony again. They trade back for blue. Yeah, I think I remember, this was a long time ago, but I think I remember this exchange slightly. It looks like I'm just moving back and forth. And Roundabout was new enough to not realize exactly what was going on. I'm just moving back and forth, but Roundabout keeps sacrificing pieces. So Roundabout is actually losing material while I'm just burning time. And I think if I had built a red, it would have tipped Roundabout off that they really needed to build red as well. I think I may have made a deliberate decision to not build red, to try to take advantage of Roundabout being new, which may not have been very nice of me, but I think that may have been what was going on. Yeah, so Roundabout offered a draw, thinking that we were just moving back and forth, but really he was running out of material. So I did not accept the draw. Invaded yet another colony. Roundabout sacrifices green to build a yellow. Maybe. Sacrifices that yellow to move some guys to a nice red colony. Yeah, a red colony at least can defend itself without worrying about having to sacrifice your only red ship. Okay, I build green. Roundabout moves green toward me. I'm okay with that. I just capture that little green. Roundabout will have to sacrifice their Y3 to get another green for the overpopulation. They've lost more than I have. Yeah, I think they decided they don't like that. No, they commit to it. Okay, well, I am now completely out of green, but it's easy to reinforce my home with a large here. I can trade that for green. I'm not scared of trading away yellow since there are other yellows blocking the large builds, so not so bad. Okay, roundabout builds green. I'll probably build green. All that all that chasing each other around with only one red that we weren't willing to sacrifice. It's kind of like both of us repeatedly threatening each other with unloaded guns, and both knowing that the guns are unloaded, but we sort of reacted to them anyway. That was peculiar. All right. I build G2 in my homeworld. Yeah, okay. They'll build G2. Oh yeah, well, does that work out? So sacrifice puts a third green in the bank, and then there's room for... Oh yeah, there's room for all three builds. Very good. Good on Roundabout for noticing that. Okay. So I've got a factory as well, but I don't have much I want to build with it. Blue and yellow, I guess I can build both. That wouldn't hurt. Yeah, I'm looking at the factory, looking at discovering a medium yellow. Boy, we've got most of the way through the alphabet. We've gone all the way from A to N. That's about as late in the alphabet as I've ever seen. I bet a lot of you have never seen a Nashira star come out. Okay, discovering the medium yellow. I've got a head start in the yellows, so I'm more likely to get full advantage of these larges than they are. Okay, roundabout. Finally building more red. No, they thought about it, but then changed their mind. Just threatening my colony. I sacrifice Y2. Oh, I wasn't even paying enough attention. Yeah, Roundabout has three greens in their homeworld. You gotta be careful when you do that. Okay, well, game's over. And Roundabout resigns. Yeah. Okay, well, I think gosh, that was an unfortunate way for that game to end. There was still some more play to be had there. Roundabout forgot though that they were in a near bluebird situation. Yeah, so the funny thing that might make its way into the video title or thumbnail is a lot of empty threats. And in this video or the previous one, I think I will have tried a new thumbnail style. I've been using the same image just with some different doodles and player names. If you have any opinions on that, if you've got a preference for the old style or the possibly more clickbaity style that I will be testing out here, let me know. And I guess that's all for now. Thank you for watching.